A Rotorua bar owner says emergency housing in the area is slowly killing the city. Official documents show that ministers were warned as much as a year ago that having emergency housing in Rotorua would risk public safety. Emergency and transitional housing now costs $1 million every single day, which is completely nuts. Joining us now is the owner of Rotorua's Hennessy Irish Bar, Reg Hennessy. Hi, Reg.
G'day, Heather. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. But I'm gathering that you're not loving what's going on with your city.
Well, I'm loving the idea of the Aussies coming back to town to over the coming weeks and months. But I'm just hoping we've got somewhere to put them in Rotorua because, from what I'm led to believe, 45 of our motels are full of homeless people or rough sleepers or people with problems.
How many motels have you got in Rotorua?
Well, there's lots, it's well over 100, but
yeah, it's a good proportion
45,
of them, right?
45.
Yeah.
But look, Heather, it's a deeper than this. It goes deep. This goes back. This goes back pre-COVID. We started to see problems growing in Rotorua very quickly on the streets in our CPD, and slowly the odd motel starting to fill up with homeless people. And just so I can say here clearly, we clearly understand as businesses, etc., these people have got to have somewhere to stay and sleep. That's not the issue. The issue is motels in the middle of a tourist town of Rotorua's size is just obviously not the right place.
Yeah.
And so when we go back now, our CPD used to be so vibrant. If you've most probably been to Rotorua, you understand what it's like. Now, it's dreary. It's unsafe. It's got wrong type of people roaming around the streets. We've got gangs. We've got what I call gangsters. We've got drug dealers. We've got homeless people. We've got rough sleepers. We've got people that I'm afraid to say they're just almost zombified now, that are zonked out of their brains because of any excessive amounts of drugs that just wander around the streets aimlessly day after day after day. And these people are out there, some of them begging, stealing, hassling, just being a pain in the butt. Should we be putting all these displaced people in such a tight environment of the motels along Fenton Street, where they're totally unsupported, what appears to me, by the regulatory people? I witness clearly kids running around the streets 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, unsupported. I've seen mothers that have been out there with them that are obviously intoxicated to a level that they shouldn't be looking after kids that age, or drugs. Gangs are staying in those motels, gang colours hanging in the windows proudly. These things don't make me proud to be a Rotorua anymore. I've been in Rotorua for 33 years, worked hard, built up a really good business, got my family here, our homes here in Rotorua, our lives here in Rotorua. But it's becoming a daily battle.
Are they hassling Reg, are they hassling your patrons?
Oh, look, they're hassling everybody. I mean, I've had more threats on my life and been more racially abused in the last 2 years than I'd even care to remember. I've had staff have knives pulled on them. It's fearful. You're sort of on edge all the time. You go home. My daughter's one of my main managers. We've got lovely staff. We go home and you worry about them. You click checking them with them all the time. You're driving in to check everything's good. We run a really tight ship. We really hammer them, and with the sense that we just tough on them hanging around the front. But some of these people seriously are out of control. They're violent. They're looking for an opportunity all the time.
I've heard it reported that you've seen people, some of these clowns from the gangs, jumping the fence and stealing people's steaks off their plates.
Not necessarily where they're from gangs, but I've had homeless people, or rough sleepers, whatever you want to call them, that roam around in their own style of gang, are jumping, just walking past and grabbing food off people's plates, jumping over, trying to grab handbags or phones or from our outdoor door. I've had them run in the pub trying, it's seriously, Heather, it is just an ongoing issue.
Now, Reg, I feel your pain.
For over a year.
I feel your pain because love the city of Wellington, which I don't live in at the moment, but same thing is happening there. What do we do, though? I mean, these people need somewhere to live, so what do we do with them?
Right, the first thing I think that we've got to do in Rotorua is we've got a government, we've got a council, we've got MSD, and to a lesser degree the police. that have told us continuously for 12 months is not a problem.
Yeah.
That people like myself are exaggerating the situation, and it's allowed to get more out of hand. It's allowed to become a deeper-seated cancer. And the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get our mayor and our council and our prime minister, who promised us to look after children, and a third of these people would be kids, at night out on the streets by themselves, I've seen, and they've got to admit there's a problem.
Yeah.
Once they admit the problem, we step over the line. I'm sure the community want to get behind it, and everyone wants to work with them. Then we would accept this, and anything they wanted us to do to help. But look, surely they're the government, they're the council. They're supposed to have the smart people getting paid the big money. Surely they can work. Surely they've got a plan. If they haven't started working on a plan by now, Heather, where the hell are we going?
Well,
this is New Zealand.
I think you and I both know that there is no plan, and that is the very problem. But listen, Reg, thank you for that, and best of luck, and we'll keep on the case. It's Reg Hennessy of Hennessy's Irish Bar. He's the owner there.